Well, it's a sad day, guys. I think I'm going to retire the wild game bird feeder for the year. Not because we're getting any real warm weather anytime soon or anything, but you know, they have the northern pike pretty picked clean, the deer legs picked clean, so I think that's going to be about that. And we do, you know, it is starting to get a little warmer, and the bears are probably out, so I don't think I'm going to give them any fresh stuff until next winter. Skeeter's thinking that looked pretty tasty. Look at these poor girls. I want to let them free range so bad, but the weather has not been cooperating. This has been the winter that just will not end. Last year at this time there was no snow, so they could have been out running around. And looking at the weather, it's looking like they're gonna have to wait a few more weeks, probably a couple more weeks for sure. So just to put it in perspective how long this winter is kind of hanging around, my dad and I built this on March 13th last year, and we were well into April now, so quite a bit different. Last year when we built this, there was no snow. I mean, just, you know, a couple little tiny patches here and there and some shaded areas, but yeah, you could even work up the ground a little bit with a shovel and everything. Working with no gloves. Quite a bit different this year. And I think we started the foundation pads for this cabin, yeah, about this time last year. Not too much later than this. And you know, that was no snow. I was able to dig and everything. Definitely not going to be the case this year. And speaking of this long winter, it's actually supposed to start snowing any minute here. It's going to snow all day. It's going to turn into rain, I think, later this afternoon. So they say. So we'll see how that goes. It might kind of be a little ice storm, and it's supposed to do that for the next 3 days. And not very warm temps, of course. So I don't think it's going to get rid of any snow. So we're kind of going backwards now, but you know, it is what it is, right? But on a little bit of a more positive note, all the seeds that we've started so far, they seem to be doing okay. Like I said, I'm no expert. This is our broccoli back here, and it's looking a little sad today, but you know, it's definitely not getting enough sunlight. On sunny days, these stand right up. There's some more broccoli up here in the window as well. But you know, we're trying to do this all without grow lights or any of that. You know, we just got the solar power here, so we're pretty limited as far as that goes, and we're just trying to be as self-sufficient as possible. Trying to do it the way people used to do it, you know, before electricity. You're kind of at the mercy of the weather. But everything, like I said, what do you guys think? What can I do? What can we do better? These here look like they need a little more water for sure. These are beans. Those were jalapenos you were just looking at there. And then, I don't know what, oh, these are, I don't know. Sierra would know. Some of our onions are germinating. We got a jalapeno standing up right there. And then back here we have, I'm not sure what these are either, but we have asparagus coming up and more peppers over there. I don't know. You know, we're going to need help on this as we go. Like I said, we did start these quite a bit early. I mean, it's already been 2 or 3 weeks since we started the broccoli, and then, yeah, a couple other things too. So we were definitely early, and just kind of, you know, like I said, we were excited and weren't sure if we'd have success or not. And so far, I don't know, things seem to be doing okay, you know, just keeping them watered. That's about all we can do. Keep them warm, keep the stove going. So I don't know. We're going to start some more here really soon too. But yeah, I mean, you guys have seen the weather with more snow on the way. I mean, it's going to be a long time before any of this stuff gets transplanted into raised beds. You know, I don't even, when is the last frost in Minnesota? I think I'm middle of May probably, or maybe a little bit earlier. Might be later this year. Who knows? What do you guys think? I don't know. But yeah, so far I think we're doing okay. Well, it looks like we got about 3 inches of snow overnight. Everything's covered again. It's definitely pretty though. Just the really sticky stuff. Go check on our girls this morning. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. Good job, girls. I'm proud of you. It's a productive morning. Has been pretty nice not having to give them fresh water every single morning, you know, with it being a little bit warmer temps. Doesn't freeze at all. Though that's starting to look a little bit dirty, so I might swap that out for him. Skeeter, what do you got there, buddy? A little deer bone? So I'll tell you guys a pretty funny story that happened yesterday. Actually, it wasn't very funny in the moment, but looking back now, it's kind of funny. But anyways, I was gonna take Skeeter for a little hike yesterday because we had a little break in the weather. So I'm like, let's go for a nice couple-hour walk in the woods, maybe look for some chaga or something. And there's this really cool remote lake that I like going to, and I haven't been there all winter, so I wanted to go check it out. And anyways, the road to this trail that goes into this lake was plowed, but it was pretty narrow. But I did find a spot. I pulled off to the side where another vehicle could get by if they had to. And right when I let Skeeter out, here comes like a nice brand new like 2021 pickup truck. And Skeeter's not very good with cars, you know, like he'll jump up on them and stuff. And the last thing I want to do is have to, you know, pay for some, you know, scratch on this guy's brand new pickup. So real quick, you know, my car was still running. I just threw Skeeter in there, shut the door real quick, and then kind of stepped off to the side, waited for the guy to go by. So after this guy drives by, I go back over to my car to let Skeeter out, and it's locked. It's locked, and the car's still running with Skeeter inside, and I am in the middle of nowhere. And I'm like, okay, well, and you know, I always crack a window at least enough to get my arm in because, you know, like dogs, they'll jump up on your door and then hit that lock button. And so I always leave the window cracked enough where I can get my arm in there and hit the unlock button if I need to. But like I said, this guy was just coming like real fast, so I just threw him in there. And so I had a situation on my hand, and I'm like, okay, I'm like looking, I'm like, well, there's only one way in. I don't have a spare key. I don't even have one of those, you know, like remote, like unlock things for this car. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to break a window, it's looking like, you know? And so I'm looking around trying to figure out which window would be the cheapest to replace. And my back window on my little back hatch, it was already kind of coming apart. Like there was, I had it kind of wired on. And I thought maybe I could get my arm in there enough and open that, but as I started pulling it back just a little bit to get my arm in there, the whole thing just shattered. So check this out. So I'm missing a back window on my back hatch. So see, this was like, you can see I have this wired. There was like a little, you know, it was coming undone. So I had this side kind of wired, and you could kind of like pry it open just a little bit and get your arm in there. And I was hoping I could, you know, unlock it or whatever. And yeah, it didn't work out that way. It just shattered as soon as I got my arm in there. So I'm missing a back window right now. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do there. Probably go to a junkyard, see if I can't find one there. But I told Sierra I was gonna put a piece of plywood back there, and she's like, "Oh, you're such a redneck." I'm not gonna do that. We'll see. I'll just get one of those little temporary, you know, kits for now, and then yeah, hopefully I can find one for really cheap. But cosmetically, like, there's a couple little dings on that car, but it drives great. I mean, I'm completely comfortable taking it anywhere. Long distance, I would take it anywhere. It runs really good still, and it's got, you know, only 155,000 miles on it. So I'm gonna drive that thing until it blows up. You know, I'll drive it until the wheels fall off. So is what it is. We'll get her fixed, or not. Maybe I'll just sawzall like the back half off and have like a little convertible. Who knows? That'd be pretty sweet. We're down to 62.6 in here, so I'm gonna get a little fire going. Still got some coals in there from last night. And I think as long as this glass is still fairly cold, I'll clean her off a little bit. Best way to do that is with a little bit of ash. Little damp paper towel, a little ash. Getting there. That's quite a bit better, huh? Good dense snow though. We got some dishes to do. Well, I think I am going to head to town. I got to fill up our propane tank, our 100-pounder, and because I'm going to head to the log cabin for a couple days, I think. Go see how things are going over there. See how much snow we got in that neck of the woods. But normally in these temperatures, I wouldn't even care. I would just let the place freeze up or get to, 30 degrees or whatever it's going to be. But since we have our seeds started, we have vegetables growing in there, so I can't let those freeze. So we'll have to fill the tank. Should be the last time I got to fill it for the year though. So that's good. But I appreciate you guys watching. As always, I will throw in some trail cam photos. I think it's mainly just been deer that have been coming around. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's just been the deer, but we will see. But we got brighter days ahead, so stay tuned, and I will see you guys soon.